Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. So glad you guys are with us. Don't forget that Peter Millar sponsors our podcast weekly, which you can find at golftalkradio.com. Peter Millar provides performance shorts with moisture wicking, breathable, and quick drying, as well as their performance polos and their 5-pocket pants. I just saw the other day Snedeker sponsored by Peter Millar. He's wearing a pretty,
is that right?
Pretty cool polo looking
He
shirt.
had a good week.
Oh
yeah,
my
he
gosh,
did.
He was amazing.
That was kind of out of the blue.
So you guys show Peter Millar that you're listening to the podcast and check out petermillar.com/golf talk. That's MILLAR.com/golf talk. And if you use that code when you check out Peter Millar, purchase a shirt, pair of shorts, pants, they'll give you free shipping and a complimentary hat from Peter Millar. That's Peter Millar, MILLAR.com/golf talk. So we're going to jump right into the Ryder Cup.
And they sponsor Snedeker.
Yes.
Okay.
Snedeker.
That's very good.
I love Brett Snedeker, man.
I do too.
It was funny they were playing the commercial with him and the Wizard during that championship. That was
Oh, I didn't
hilarious.
see that.
He puts the ball and it's like this far away, and the Wizard goes poof and it goes in.
You know what? I just saw a little bit of it, but when he holed out on 18, you look at him and he looks like Opie Taylor.
I know.
And he
you gotta
just
love
looks
about him.
Yeah.
Please, I like to play golf, and it's good. He is intense, though.
Oh man.
Yeah, when they really, when you hear him talk and in interviews or watching the golf ball or anything, he ain't Opie Taylor.
No.
He is really intense.
Yeah.
And you just don't get that vibe, or at least I don't get that vibe off of him. I always think he's just kind of a happy-go-lucky guy, but he ain't.
Yeah, he reminds me of a couple guys I had that were friends, surfing buddies. He looks like a beach boy.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know. He just seems like a really cool guy. I've never met him. I'd love to meet him, but yeah, congratulations.
Well,
to him. I
now
thought
maybe
that
he's
was
going
awesome.
to Kapalua. Maybe I'll get to walk with him.
That's a very good possibility.
That would be awesome.
So we were talking. I teased the Ryder Cup talk going into this segment at the end of last segment, and with break, Nikki's like, "I'm so excited for the Ryder Cup."
I love the Ryder Cup.
And I am too. I'm very excited for it, especially with what's happening. So this past week, the Wyndham finished up, and they locked up some of the spots. They locked up, all 8 spots are locked up on the Ryder Cup,
10.
I guess. 10? Did they pick the cap? They didn't.
Well, they're going to take Phil and Tiger.
Is that what you think? That's what
Oh,
I was going to
I
say.
don't think so.
Really?
No. I hope not.
He's not going to take Tiger?
He's going to take Tiger.
He's not going to take Phil?
No.
I don't think he's taking
No.
Phil.
Oh, you bet.
He shouldn't take
No.
Phil.
I don't
Well,
think
Phil's
he
number 9 in points,
I want him to
and
see him take Xander
and he is he's
or
a
Kevin
leader.
Kistner.
And he's a leader out there.
Yeah, but so let's go. So the top, when I printed this off, the top 8, okay, and this is locked in for the 2018 Ryder Cup. We've got Koepka at 1, Johnson 2, Thomas is 3rd, Patrick Reed is 4th, Watson 5th, Jordan Spieth 6th, Fowler 7th, Simpson is 8th, DeChambeau is 9th, and then 10th you've got Mickelson, and 11th you have Woods. So that's the way that it lays out right now. And those top 8 from Koepka to Simpson are in.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got a couple.
Yeah, Simpson just locked it up that last tournament.
I mean, you talk about streaks. Webb Simpson is
Oh,
absolutely
yeah, he's
on
hot.
fire.
He's hot.
Yes, he is.
I don't know what his experience is with the Ryder Cup. I didn't have time to go in and look.
I don't even know if he's been on
I don't
the
know
team.
if he is either. I'll check while we're talking here. I can check it out. But you talk about, I hope he can carry on the fire.
He's a gutty player. Always has been, but then when they banned the anchored putter, he just got really bad all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Now he's learned how to putt.
Well, and what's interesting about that is when you think about the PGA Championship, how about Adam Scott?
Yeah.
I mean, same thing for him.
He finally learned how to putt.
He's fine, like you said. He looked like he learned how to putt.
Yeah.
And bravo to him, man. I love Adam Scott.
Oh, he's fun to watch. What a pretty swing.
I thought he'd do well, but I didn't think he'd do as well as he did.
They made a comment about him the other day during the PGA, and I just loved it. They said probably hasn't been such a, what was the word they used? I think such a graceful swing since Sam Snead. And if you really think about it, they are very similar type swings. They're very strong, very powerful swings, but very elegant swings also.
Well, and I was going to say when you just said that, and you're talking to Adam Scott, I don't view him as like a powerful swing. Elegant,
but
comes
it is
to mind.
powerful.
But it is.
Yes,
but yeah, you're right. But
swing.
the first thing that comes to my mind is elegant.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah,
it's just such a pretty swing. If you ever want to teach somebody how to play this game and say hit certain positions in the swings, just watch him.
There you go.
Just do that.
Yeah, that's true. He's a great. I can't tell you how many times being as close as we are to Monterey, and I've gone up into to Pebble Beach, AT&T, and whatever various other names it has been when I've gone up there. He plays there all the time.
I still call it the Crosby.
Yeah, and I make a point of following him all the time. I love him. I absolutely love him.
And he seems like a great guy.
Yeah, I mean he does. He seems like a really great guy. So they talking about a little bit. I printed this stuff off. So we talked about the top 8. So outside of the top 8 for the Ryder Cup right now, in number 9 position, you got DeChambeau, 10 Mickelson, 11 Woods, 12 Schauffele, 13 Kuchar, 14 Kistner, 15 Finau. He's in 15th for now. Stanley, Harmon, Na, and Gary Woodland at 19th, and you got Zach Johnson at 20th.
Look at 26.
Charlie Hoffman.
That would be one to think about. He's way down there, but boy, he is a gutty player.
Yeah, and I think a lot of this, and I know Nikki's looking it up right now, and I can sneak a peek on it too. But a lot of this is, if you've got the captain's pick and you got those 2 picks to make, and I understand you saying Mickelson and Woods.
That's a lock. And that's what
I get that because you're thinking
too.
Experience, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
Well, Woods is playing good, and
Mickelson isn't.
He's a leader. He is a leader.
So he's the guy who runs after a putt as it's rolling and hits it back at the hole.
You're going to hold that against him?
Oh, yeah.
She's still bummed about that one.
I've seen you do that before. You've done that before when we've played games.
Not when I'm playing in a tournament.
Our games aren't tournaments?
Our games are crazy.
No, he is a leader. He is a team leader out there, and all the players, they want him. So that's my opinion. I'm usually wrong, but I'd bet dollars to donuts on that one. That Woods and Mickelson will both be there.
Well, I guess if you take what you're saying, Dave, and you look at the top 8, you're not talking. I mean, there is experience, but there's not a ton of experience there. When I look at it, I mean, you've got all these guys are so young.
They're all young.
Koepka and Thomas.
Johnson's the most experienced one out there.
You got Watson, Spieth, Fowler, and Simpson. I mean, Fowler's got some experience especially from his last.
Yeah.
I don't know about Simpson. Did you find anything about Simpson yet,
I'm
Nikki?
trying to. It's not telling me, but
okay.
I haven't searched right yet.
You got DeChambeau at 9, Mickelson, Woods. I mean, if you talk about experience outside of the top 8, I'm looking at Mickelson, Woods, Kuchar to me.
And Kuchar's not a bad one. He's
is a good one. And then Zach Johnson to me is another guy.
Yeah.
Like, I just look at the way Zach Johnson's been playing in the majors.
And he just chews nails for breakfast. Yeah,
exactly. Like, that's a guy to me, if you're talking, and he's in 20th slot, but that's a guy to me I'd be willing to put on the team.
He's a little bulldog.
He totally
He paid in 2012 and 2014.
Simpson?
Mm-hmm.
Does he give his records?
2012 record. He lost. Let's see. Day 1, he defeated 5-4. Day 2, lost. 3 defeated, 4 lost in singles.
Yeah, I think just looking at the top 8 again, and I get where you're going, Dave, with Mickelson and Woods.
Well, they just need leadership. They need somebody that's.
I'm just wondering I totally get the Woods thing. I would be totally surprised if Furyk doesn't pick Woods. I would be just out of the whole hype of the thing. Seriously. And especially with his last tournaments that he's played. But I don't know. I understand the leadership. I guess I don't know Phil Mickelson personally, so I can't comment on that. I don't know what kind of leader he is, and I don't know what kind of leader these other guys are. But if you look at it on paper, I don't know. I'm kind of looking at who's playing good golf. I mean, Zach Johnson to me is one guy that's
Johnson
right there.
is playing good. You know, they say he's starting to take the leadership role out there is Spieth. They're saying he's one of the few that when he speaks, they listen.
Well, that's good.
Which is interesting.
And he's young.
Yeah, he's very young, yeah.
He's really young.
So I'd like to see Kisner. I think he's got the mental match play kind of fire, you know?
Well, yeah, there's a whole nother thing there. If you're talking about just match play, and so here's what you got on the European side. So European side right now, they've got
they got a good team.
Molinari, Rose, Hatton, Fleetwood, Rahm, Olesen, McIlroy, and Noren. Those are your top 8.
Wow.
Outside the top 8, 9 is Knox. Pepperell is 10. Matthew Fitzpatrick is 11. Bellows 12. Fisher's 13. And then you've got other names here. We've got Stenson at 16. Lowry at 19. Peters, who had a great tournament, 20th. Ian Poulter, 21st.
I was going to say, where's Poulter?
Poulter's a great match player.
Garcia, 23rd.
I heard Juan Garcia has not made a cut in a major since he won the Masters.
Isn't that amazing? But Masters is a life-changing event.
Because I always pick him.
Yeah. he's
he
a life-changing event. Well, he became he's got a family now too. So it makes you wonder. We were talking earlier about focus. I don't know.
Where's your focus?
He's got a lot of life-changing things going on. I mean, they're good things, so I don't know, out of the top 8 on the European, I mean, outside of the top 8, I don't know.
Falls off pretty quick, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Stenson, I think, is a bulldog. He's a bulldog kind of guy. I don't know where he is with his health.
Well, his putter.
Yeah. I like Peters. I think Peters is a really good up-and-coming player. I think Peters would be a great pick for them. And I've always been an Ian Poulter fan as well. So
me too. I love watching him in match play.
Well, he just won 3, 4 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I know. So when you look at that for their captain's picks, I'm kind of leaning towards Peters and Poulter. But then when you go into it, like, I guess leadership wise,
they get 4 picks.
Oh, that's right. Sorry,
a dozen. Yeah,
yeah. So
I said 2 because I said Mickelson and Woods were locked.
Yeah,
which I was shot down on that.
Well. I mean, if you're picking Mickelson and Woods, I think you're picking Mickelson just for his leadership right now. I mean, I don't think he's...
Make him the vice captain. Furyk already said that if Tiger plays, he's not going to be the vice captain.
Yeah.
Make Mickelson the vice captain.
Well, then that's probably the way to go. But I think on the European side, if I was the captain and I had to make these picks, I think Peters and Poulter. I don't know about when I look at these guys. From a leadership standpoint, you've got McIlroy on there. I don't know how much of a leader he is. Justin Rose would strike me as someone who would be a leader.
I'd say Rose. He's been around a long time.
And he's number 2. I mean, he's in there.
Well, how old was he when he first came on the scene as an amateur? The British Open came in 6th, I think. He was 17.
That's insane when you think about it.
He holed out on the 18th hole from 110 yards or something like that, and he turned pro instantly and missed every cut for 3 years.
That's insane.
And then he got good.
What a path.
Yeah.
Well, and here's a guy when I think Ryder Cup, I mean, there's a couple guys when I think Ryder Cup on the European side. One is Garcia. The other one is Lee Westwood.
Oh, Lee didn't even think, and that's sad that we didn't even think of him.
Yeah.
Or I didn't.
And Westwood's 28th right now on the points.
Oh, that's close enough where...
Yeah, so I mean...
And there's leadership.
So do you have... Yeah, to me, Westwood is a leader.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm looking at the European side, that's a guy that if you're looking for leadership, that's the guy.
And Sergio is too, but he's playing so poorly.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting. So for the other 2 picks on the U.S. side, let's say it is Mickelson and it's Woods. Where are the other 2 you pick?
Oh, jeez. A lot of them are saying DeChambeau.
Yeah.
Schauffele and
I don't
Kisner.
know. I just can't get too into DeChambeau for some reason. Kuchar, he's Mr. Steady Eddie.
See, I like Kuchar and Johnson. Those are the guys to me. I mean, that's
Johnson.
Zach Johnson. I think.
Zach Johnson.
I think Zach Johnson is.
I was going to say Dustin Johnson's in there.
No,
He's
I
okay.
think he's a bulldog. Man.
Oh, I do too.
I
Actually, that might be a good one. And Schauffele's and Kisner and Finau, and man, there's a lot of.
There's a lot of talent.
I mean, Finau. I mean, the guy dislocates his ankle and
but only for now.
comes in what 12th?
Well, you know, I'm not picking him.
I think he'd pay you
That
a
was
lot
so
of money
classic.
to not pick him.
That
I'm
was
not-
so funny.
I am not. You know, if I'm picking a guy and he starts separating, like dislocating his ankles,
I
I'm
double down on him.
I'm gonna a double
After what happened to
dislocation.
you.
I know if I have that kind of talk about karma, I have that kind of effect on players. I don't wish harm on anybody, man. I definitely would.
Here's another one. Number 37, way down the list. Snedeker.
Yeah, I was just looking at him.
He makes a lot of birdies.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
He's a long ways down that list, but
So
boy,
we-
Opie Taylor can play.
So are we going to pick our 4 that we think it's going to be?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's pick our 4. Who do we think? Who do you? Well, Dave, I know you're thinking Woods, Mickelson,
Yeah.
and then who are the other 2 that get picked?
Who do I think's going to get picked, or
Yeah.
who would I pick?
Who are the other 2 you think that Furyk's going to pick?
Furyk is going to take Kisner. Actually, let's see. Furyk is kind of
Are
and
you talking
DeChambeau.
You talking about his backswing?
Yeah. I think he's going to take DeChambeau too,
I
even though
think-
that's not who I would pick.
No, I wouldn't either, but I think he'll pick DeChambeau and Kisner.
So who do you think, Nikki? You're 4.
I totally agree with
The same.
Dave. Yeah, that's who he's
Holy
going to
Do you
pick.
cow.
think he's taking Kisner and DeChambeau as well?
Yeah.
Really?
hmm
So I'm just going to write same. Okay. Now I'm going to go out on a limb.
Well, who are the other 2?
Yeah, you saying Woods and Mickelson as well?
Yeah.
So
That's
she's
who I
going
think
the
he's
exact
gonna-
same 4 as you.
Wow, that's
That's boring.
Boy, Dave, that's never happened.
When have you guys?
the presses. Stop the
my
presses.
goodness! When
I
have you
know,
guys
really.
ever agreed on that?
Never. We never agree.
That amazes me.
That's part of our contract here.
I'm thinking that he's going to take. I'm thinking that he is going to take Woods, and while I do think he is going to take Mickelson, just because I'm not going to pick Mickelson.
Well, we're going to have our picks later. This is who is Furyk going to pick.
Yeah, I think he's going to take Woods. I think he's going to take. I think he's going to take Kuchar,
I'd take Kuchar.
and I think he's going to take Zach Johnson. And then to me, it's a toss-up to either DeChambeau or Kisner at that point. And the reason I say this is because I think Kuchar has experience. He can have leadership. I think Zach Johnson's got leadership. And I don't know if Mickelson can be picked to help out and not be a player, kind of like what Woods did. If that can't be announced or not be announced, I don't know. I could see him bringing him on as a quote
Vice
consultant
captain.
if they can do that. But I don't see him picking him as a player. I just don't. I right now I can't buy into that. The other guy that I think that he'll pick is going to be Finau. So
What for now?
those are, and I picked them, and I'm sorry for now. I hope you don't dislocate your ankle. But I think it's Woods, Kuchar,
You
Johnson,
heard it
and
here,
Finau.
folks.
So that's who I think, and those are our 2018 Ryder Cup.
When does he pick?
I think it's is it in a week? I think it might be within a week or something.
It's
like that.
after the first playoff, I believe. It's either the first or the second playoff.
Yeah.
You know, see, that's the thing, too. I mean, someone like Xander last year won one of those
Yeah.
playoffs. If he does that, he'll for sure pick him.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be really
Yeah, I think
interesting
it's
to
2
see.
playoffs. I think they pick after the second playoff.
It'll be very interesting to
So we
see
got
where they're at.
2-3 weeks.
So we're going to take our last break. When we come back, we are going to do a little bit of trivia. We're not going to have a whole lot of time, but we'll do just a little bit of trivia. So you're listening to Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy, brought to you by Best Hole in One Insurance. Check them out at 844-923-7844. That's 844-923-7844. Bestholeinone.com. Hole-in-ones, golf ball drops, putting contests. Pick your own prize packages. It's easy, and it's the best with bestholeinone.com. And the Cannon. Don't forget that. We'll be right back. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy on the Golf Talk Radio Network.